It's possible that you've been thinking about business completely in the wrong way. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about one of the key major things that if you don't get this right in your business, everything else is going to fall. It's possible that you've been thinking about business completely in the wrong way. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about one of the key major things that if you don't get this right in your business, everything else is going to fall. Welcome to the Brand Bridge, the podcast that's all about branding, entrepreneurship, faith, mindset, all the things that you need to have a compromise-free brand. My name is Melissa, and today I'm going to be talking about something key that you need to have and know for your business if you wanted to go and be in the place that you wanted to go. And that is mindset. Business is 80% mindset and 20% everything else. I am telling you, if you don't show up with the right attitude in your business, if you don't show up with the right mindset in your business, it's going to be a struggle and it's going to be hard. And you won't have the tools to keep going, to make adjustments when needed, and all of those things. Business is about decision making. It's about deciding, being intentional, and knowing what it is that you are here to do, who you're here to help. And that is all about your heart for sure. And also your mind, because where your heart is, your mind's going to go. So, which sounds kind of like, well, my heart is good, then my mind should be good, right? The thing about the heart is that sometimes, it can get clouded sometimes with things that we receive, things that we believe that are actually lies about ourselves. And those things actually live in our heart too, believe it or not. The heart is not just where love is. The heart is not just where nice feelings are. The heart is the heart of you. It's your emotions. It's your will. It's your thoughts. It's what you believe. Everything about you, the truest part of you lives in your heart. And I'm not talking about the thing that's pumping in your chest. I'm talking about the essence of you. That is your heart. And so when things get in there that shouldn't be, that are just really lies that the world or that teacher in grade 2 told you that you weren't ever going to be good, or whatever it is, whatever thing that you started believing about yourself or other people or the world, that also lives there, and that affects everything else in your business. And so, but it starts here. This is where it starts. It doesn't get into your heart right away. It has to make its way down through the mind. So we receive information, and then our brain decides what to do with this. Is this good? Is this bad? Have I seen this before? Are we in danger? Are we okay? Are we not okay? Are we confused? Like, a lot of things are happening in your mind at one time, and those things get filtered. The things in your mind get filtered because your brain essentially we've been taught, first of all, to live in fear. So our brain's always looking to keep us safe, even in a situation where we probably are safe. The brain still, if it detects anything that's a little bit off, it'll send up warning signals. And so the same thing in your business, like when you're making a decision, that feeling that comes up because it's like, well, I don't want to make a wrong decision. I work with a lot of people through, of course, brand messaging and how to show up and how to communicate better, how to show up on video. And there are people who feel cringy when they show up on video, or who freeze, or in their content, they don't know what to say, and all of these things. That starts in your mind. It started with a decision that you're not good at making decisions, you're not good at making decisions. So your brain is like second guessing, overthinking, because that's what you believe about yourself in your subconscious, in your mind. There's a little place in there that says, "Oh, are you sure? Okay, just double check to make sure, because I want to keep you safe. I want to make sure that we're okay. I want to like make sure all of these things." And somewhere along the way, you received something that's making you second guess yourself. And that's like a lack of trust in yourself. And that has been received into your heart. And so once it's received into your heart, that's how you operate. That's where you operate from, are the things that are in your heart. But it started up here. It started with a decision. In the Bible, everyone's heard of Adam and Eve, I'm sure. And I'm sure a lot of people have heard of Cain and Abel. And Cain and Abel were Adam and Eve's sons, and two of their many sons. And Cain really had it out for his brother. He was jealous of his brother. He thought that, he just had some resentment there, because he thought, oh, God loves Abel better, his gifts are better. And it's not that they were better, it's just that his heart wasn't in the right place, because or his mind, I should say, started not being in the right place, because he's seeing things and doing what we all do, right? When we see something, we make up a story in our head of what is actually happening, whether it's true or not. We make up a story of that person looked at me weird because they're this, they're that, or whatever it is, right? And so the same thing happened with Cain. He looked at his brother and he is like, oh, he's such a big shot. He thinks he's this and that. All the lies. And God says to him, Cain, sin is knocking at your door of your heart. Like, don't let it in. And so, unfortunately, he did. And unfortunately, he ended up killing his brother. And so that's just like the power of thoughts. Imagine he really kept thinking about it, ate away at him to the point where it went into his heart. And then he operated from that point. That's what he saw and believed that was true. And so that's what he did. And so the same happens for all of us. Like, if we don't stop those thoughts from those lies, I should say, from making their way into our heart, then we're going to operate out of frustration. We're going to operate out of not trusting ourselves. We're going to operate in overthinking, second guessing, all of these things, right? And so if we don't learn how to take those thoughts captive and cast them down and make more intentional decisions about the things that align with the truth, then if we don't do that, we're always gonna struggle, or we're always going to not feel good, or think we're not enough, or think we're not being seen and heard, and all of these things. But what you have to know about you is that you are loved. You are accepted. You are beautiful. You have the tools. You have the things that you need. You have the skills. You just need to receive that, believe that, and move from that place. And also to know that, and I say this, and you're probably going to hear this a lot on my channel and on my podcast, is that who you are is more important than what you do. This is my message, and this is my mission in life. It's about identity. You have to know that who you are is more important than what you do. Because if you ever stop doing what you do and your identity is put in that, then you're going to feel lost. You're going to feel confused. You're going to feel like, well, what am I doing anyway? And you're going to kind of give up on yourself in some way. But when you know that who you are is more important, because who you are influences the things that you do anyway, then that's different. So then you're going to show up in your business differently, because your identity is not going to be attached to your business. And so when you make business decisions, you're going to be detached from the outcomes, and you're going to just see things differently, because you know that your value isn't in what you're doing and how much you're doing and how much you're making, and you're doing this and you're doing that. Your value is in who you are. Your value is in who you are. It's not about how much you're making. It's not about getting to 10K months. It's not about this. It's not about that. And whether your business is a success in your eyes, if it's a success, or if it's not a success in your eyes, then it won't matter, because you're not attached to the business in the sense of who you are. Your identity is not in your business. So it can do well, it could do not do well. And you're going to think, okay, it's doing great. Awesome. What have I been doing? Let me double down on those activities and those things that are working. And let me see and let me tweak and let me try something new. And if it's not working, then you're going to say, okay, cool. That's not working. Let me try something else. Let me get help. Let me see things differently. So it really has to do with who you are, and detaching yourself from the entity that is your business, and just resting and knowing that who you are is secure, safe, and it's untouched by the things that is happening in your business, good or bad. You are still worth the same, whether your business is flying and doing great, or if it's not, if it's struggling. A person that's struggling and a person that's successful, guess what? Their value is still the same. Their value is still the same. Now, you might want to just think of the things that you want to accomplish and think, okay, it's struggling. Let me try something. Let me just do a few different things so that I can reach the people that I want to reach. And remembering that your business is for other people. Your business might be your passion. It might be something that you feel strongly about because of your story, because of your experience. But you have to remember that ultimately you're showing up because there's people that need help. There's people who are struggling out there. There's people who are crying. There are people who are literally praying right now to meet you, because you have the solution that they need, that they're praying about. And so that's the other thing about the mindset. You need to be able to control your thoughts and the things that you're doing, because your ego has to come out of this. Your ego is not about satisfying your ego and saying, I have a successful business. It's really about being there for people. And when you don't show up, when you're overthinking and second guessing and thinking, well, should I do this? Should I do that? Oh, I don't know. There are people that you are blocking their blessing because they aren't able to find you because you're not showing up. And they might be delaying stuff because it's like they just don't know what to do anymore, and they're looking for you, and they're looking for the way that you say it. So our mindset in business is, like I said, it's 80% of business. If you can get that right, so that your decision making is different, so that your decision making is more intentional, so that you're seeing who you are really, and you're seeing the people that you want in your community, that you want to work with, you want to support, you want to help. When that is clear and when it's intentional, you're going to see that things are going to change. You're just going to show up differently, and you're going to make better aligned decisions, because it's like, yes, I am following the thing that I know that I'm here for, that I'm supposed to be doing, the people I'm supposed to be serving, the assignment that is next to my name, and the people and the list and the scroll of people who I'm here to help and make an impact for, that all starts with up here. When up here and here are agreeing, chef's kiss. It's a beautiful thing when your heart and your mind and your body are all agreeing together. Wow, you're walking in the fullness of what God has for you. You're walking in the fullness of who you've been created to be. When you can walk with that peace, that calm, that abundance, it's a beautiful place to be and to experience. And your business just will change, and you'll change too, and you'll become who you have been created to be. So thank you so much for joining again this week. I'm so glad that you're here. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know where you're struggling. If you're struggling, do you have questions? Do you have comments? What are the things that keep you up at night when you're thinking about your business? So let me know in the comments. And like I always say, live with heart, lead with purpose, and do both compromise free. Until next time, bye.